Digivation Network.
It's good to have you on the show again today. Digivation Network, Africa's first and biggest innovation and business enterprise show on television. And I am Bayero Agabi.
This is Digivation Network.
You can be part of the show by reaching us via the content numbers and social media handles on the screen. Or better still, just visit our website www.digivision.com.ng.
This is Digivation Network.
Stay with us, but first, issues and development that made news in the past 1 week.
The dynamics of our world are being redefined as the realities of COVID-19 pandemic has brought to bear the need for new ways of life, businesses and even government services. This, according to the DG of NIDA, Kashifu Inoa, is the reason the agency is thinking ahead and enabling digital opportunities to help Nigeria leapfrog. The DG speaks as a guest during a webinar organized by the African Youth Resource Center on the socio-economic impact of COVID-19.
At NIDA, we have rolled out several initiatives in order to help you identify and grab the hidden opportunities within COVID-19 crisis. We have launched the following initiatives among others during the crisis. Tech for COVID initiatives, which was to cushion the impact of COVID-19 on the tech and innovation ecosystem and provide a sustainable solution, especially for startups mainly operated by youth like you. The committee we set up has come up with a plan to ensure we retain about 100,000 jobs in ICT sector, strengthen the ecosystem and create additional 150,000 jobs during and after the pandemic.
While elaborating on some needs, specific interventions and initiatives of NIDA, the DG further threw more light on how the agency is helping to deliver on its mandate.
So far, we have over 13,400 active students learning from 47 different courses. We also launched NIDA COVID-19 Innovation Challenge, which was held virtually. It has identified some innovative ideas to contain the virus and help cushion the economic impact. In addition, we are working with the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 to incubate some of the ideas and put them to use in our society.
As more and more activities and engagements take place online, users of these digital platforms have been admonished to take extra precautions to avoid the antics of cyber criminals. The COVID-19 pandemic has had everyone seeking information, searching for apps to keep them abreast of the situation by providing live monitoring or apps that claim to test for their susceptibility. It has been realized that some developers and cyber criminals have taken advantage of this situation to lure unsuspecting users into installing the apps and carry out malicious activities ranging from overwhelming users with unwanted ads, reproducing malicious copies of official apps to affecting users with backdoor malware and downloading payloads from command and control servers that hide under a COVID-19 domain. Users are advised to install official apps from official app stores only and seek information only from official sources. Review permissions requested by apps to ensure they are not requesting access to sensitive data or areas of the device. It is essential to keep your devices safe from malware and other online threats by installing a mobile security application. Some of the apps to avoid include Corona Tracker, iFun, Corona Live 1.1, Corona app.
Yes. Which kind of mago be this now? Not be the same 100 when everybody they pays his money.
They no use code.
Which code?
Oh boy, no get it for market to get better wolf. 888 now be the code yo. Abi?
Yes, so anytime you recharge with star 888 star pin hash, MTN go summer you with 5 times your recharge. Make you take turn up better a wolf.
Madam, I beg, slap me, you take
The world has changed and we have to change with it.
From the way business is done to the quality of skills required in today's world.
From enterprise to social activities, the change is evident.
This is why Digivation Network exists.
Join Africa's leading ICT broadcaster and analyst, Bayero Agabi. Digivation, your leading business and technology edge. Don't miss it at this time. Join us.
This is Digivation Network.
The Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria inaugurated Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, a manager currently manufacturing at the Nigerian Security and Meeting PLC. Chairman of First Bank of Nigeria, Mrs. Ibukun Awushika, who was the guest lecturer on the day, called for engineers in the country to use their skills and training to aid in restructuring of society and urged engineers to make the profession more attractive.
Because you are skilled, your mindset, your education, your discipline, your approach, your eye for detail, your understanding of the importance of process working is also extremely useful to institution building. It's used to management processes. It's useful in administration. It's used in the process of governance. It's how that mindset is taken out of your technical work into the field of life. That's where I want to challenge you today.
The governor of the state of Osun, through his representative, Prince Abdul Adeyoju Binuyo, charged APWEN to continue in their crusade of encouraging young females in becoming future engineers.
Distinguished members of this association should strive to mentor the younger professionals in the interest of the engineering profession and the nation at large. We should encourage our young girls to take interest in engineering. You have all put the stereotype, you've put a lie to the stereotype that engineering is the exclusive preserve of men. You therefore owe it a duty to build an army of girls who will take over from you and possibly dominate the engineering profession like you are doing today.
The high point of the event was the swearing in of the new president and the ceremonial transfer of the symbol of authority from the immediate past president, Engineer Felicia Agubata, to the new president, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade.
To serve as the president of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, APWEN. Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, APWEN.
Reinstated a commitment and stated what she hopes to achieve in her tenure as president.
Well, by the time I finish, I expect that what we have done in the past 2 years, I'll be able to improve on it by, for example, the girls from the inventive buildings that we have done. We would like to continue to mentor them to make sure that we don't lose the vision of becoming female engineers. We would also like to start a program whereby we can have young engineers and graduating students be able to meet the skills that are required in the industry.
Other high points of the events were the special recognition and award presentations to outstanding individuals and the presentation of cash prize and awards to female engineering students who emerged winners of Invent It, Innovate Challenge.
There's a cash gift for the first prize position of 250,000 naira presented to the team. Congratulations.
This is Digivation Network.
There's this news going around that you guys you came together to come up with a ventilator. How does it all come together in the first place?
So the thing is, myself and Aliu met in Jigawa, the startup clinic Jigawa, organized by Ninja OIIE. We met, and then without even knowing each other, that we are all from the same state, we are all from Bombay, and we started speaking all the normal greetings. And Aliu told me he's from Bombay, and then we started talking about what are his interests, and then I told him my interests, and then we started talking. It was like a joke, and then we started talking like from 4 p.m. in the evening till after 12 midnight. We were just talking about technology, ideas, interests, just going back and forth. It was really a really huge, awesome conversation, and that's what we kept doing every day during the startup clinic days. And every day we close from the class, we go back to our hotel, and then we go to either his room or to another person's room. We just keep talking, and then we brainstorm on different ideas. It was one of the best things that actually happened to us, because you get exposed to thinking that when you are in your own bubble, you think nobody knows how to do so many things because you don't meet them. But our stay in Jigawa really opened our eyes to the possibilities of people doing different things, and it was really great. And Aliu has his own version, I think so.
No, it's not a different version, it's the same version. It was a very good experience, and one of the best things that ever happened to me. I had the opportunity to meet so many people that have so many skills and talents and ideas. The first day we met after 12, I think I told him that I think this is the end of my startup clinic, because this is enough for me just meeting him. And as the days go on, we kept meeting so many people. We met Ubedu Rahman from Brightcoal, we met Umar from Hatsi, we met so many,
and Zazutek.
And Zazutek, yes.
Yeah.
So we met so many people, and it was a very good experience.
And even the awesome tutors there, like Namdi, Abu, all of them are really a little great. Ilya, it was it was really great. Yeah.
Attending Startup Clinic Jigawa, what were your takeaways from the clinic that has helped this startup business?
So for me, I have a lot of ideas. I did my PhD in Germany, and I see a lot of people finishing their project and putting it into something that will bring money and at the same time helping the society. So all this kind of trainings, for example in Germany, one is competitive for you to get there. Secondly, I was doing a PhD, I don't have time to go for any entrepreneurship training. And thirdly, sometimes it's expensive to get there. So when I had the opportunity of applying to Startup Clinic Jigawa, when I saw the Startup Clinic slated by NITA, I was like, oh, this is a very good opportunity, I will apply. Then I applied for that, and it was an eye-opener for me, because I have never been to anything that is that teaches, any course that teaches entrepreneurship. So this really opened my eye to all the possibilities of how to actually do the business. It's not just about the ideas, but how to actually make it profitable, and how you can be able to achieve your aim of helping the society.
It's more or less like a 3D printer doing most of the work. Who designed the
So the 3D printer actually we did not use it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we don't have it here. We don't have it. We were looking for 3D printer.
Do you guys have any background in engineering or something?
Yes, I do have a background in engineering. I studied mechatronics engineering at ATU, which.
Oh, okay.
So I have experience in design and programming. So when he came up with the idea, and then I realized we can build it. The only thing we cannot do is there are some complex part of the ventilator that needs 3D printer. So when we realized we couldn't find it, then we said that we are going to use all the locally sourced materials, and then we gathered all the things that they are equivalent of those parts, and then we built the entire thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Digivation Network.
If you have just joined us, this is Digivation Network, your leading innovation and enterprise show on television. I am Bayero Agabi. Now to our guest of the week.
The Department, E-Government Development and Regulations, was established in 2017. This is in addition to other departments that were already existing in the agency before 2017. We have 5 major units. We have e-services, we have licensing and regulations, we have domain management, we have outsourcing, then we have monitoring and compliance. We will recall that the Nigeria Government Master Plan was approved in May 2019. So one of the major functions of the department is to properly coordinate the implementation of the Nigeria E-Government Master Plan. We are to coordinate and encourage the adoption and effective deployment of ICT for service delivery in all federal government MDAs. And in addition, we are doing for states and local governments as well. We are also involved in the capacity building of public servants, because you can't say you want to effectively deploy ICT without effective capacity building. So we are involved in building capacity of officers of the federal government of Nigeria, especially at the director of CECAD, the level of PAMSECs, and very senior government officials. What we do in NIDA is developmental regulation. Some people see regulation as a way of stifling development, but what we do here is developmental regulation that will regulate to develop the ICT sector in Nigeria. And one important thing that we do from this department is to issue regulations, to issue guidelines, to issue regulatory instruments that will assist that developmental regulation that we are looking at. And as I said before, that the Nigeria Government Master Plan was approved by the Federal Executive Council in May 2019. And from this master plan, we have derived a lot of regulatory instruments that will really assist the implementation of the master plan. One, we coordinate the implementation of the master plan itself. Two, we looked at different things that we can do to ensure proper implementation and effective ICT deployment in all the MDAs. And accordingly, we have issued several regulatory instruments and frameworks to guide what we are doing. For instance, we have issued the e-government enterprise architecture for the country. That is like a kind of governance structure to guide the implementation of various regulatory instruments that we want to issue. We have also issued Nigerian enterprise framework, which is to see how government MDAs interact in terms of services, in terms of data, in terms of information. If, for instance, if one government organization deploys a kind of solution that will not talk to the other ones, we will achieve the desired goal of having one whole government for the country. So the interoperability framework is for us to be able to, for the MDA to be able to interact seamlessly without any hitch. We have also issued the Nigeria Data Protection Regulation, which is really important, and is one regulation that has attracted a lot of accolades, a lot of commendation from both local and international community. With the global pandemic, the new order now, the new rule now is work from home. or work from wherever you are. You don't have to see physically before you interact, before you work. And we have tried as much to ensure that government business will run 24/7, no matter what. But that depends on the kind of capacity you have, the kind of infrastructure you have, the kind of the processes that you have even put in place. And this, to a large extent, has brought out a lot of things that we need to do. But on our part, in that, what we have done, for instance, when the lockdown started, we did something for startups, which was to, one, issue passes to them to be able to move, to be able to go around, to be able to go to their homes, their offices, to be able to do their business. This is for those in the IT sector. The sector has not been classified as one of the essential services which governments or which people are rendering in the country. So we were able to achieve that during the lockdown. Two, we also did what we called COVID-19 Innovation Challenge. We were trying to look for talents, homegrown solutions that can address specific problems emanating from COVID-19. We look at the area of health sector, we have education, we look at the kind of infrastructure we have. We opened the challenge, and we had over 1,500 entries, which we scaled down to 140-something. Eventually, we had 15 finalists, out of which we selected the top 3, and we already discussed with them how to fully develop their solutions and possibly work with relevant government agency for deployment. I'll look at the measurable milestones in terms of, one, the regulatory instruments that we are able to issue. As at last week, I would say we've issued over 15 regulatory instruments to guide the sector on what to do, how to do, the standards, the guidelines, and stuff like that. Two, we have registered thousands of government domains, and this has, to a large extent, increased our identity in the cyberspace, whereby you don't see too many government organizations now using open domain. We now have an identity, which is .ng domain, which we usually do with federal MDAs. We register them, we register states, we register local governments in this agency. That is one thing that we have done again. Then, in addition to that, we have involved ourselves in building capacity. That is, top government officials, directors, PAMSECs, CEOs of government MDs. We have engaged them severally. We have built capacity of over 500 top government officials to introduce them to ICT, to introduce them to the Nigeria e-government master plan, to introduce them to what is called e-governance. What are we doing? The e-governance. To introduce them to how to enhance government digital service delivery. These are things that we are doing to ensure that we properly deploy ICT in the country. So in terms of milestone, we have issued more than 15 guidelines. We have built capacity of over 500 government MDs. We have registered several domains to improve our identity in the cyberspace, and we have organized several awareness workshops. Also, the NAFSA dimensions, that is Greek, which is under our Smart Initiative regulatory instrument. That one too we have done, and we are empowering over 150 farmers now, and this is going to increase in the years to come. In addition to that, the Nigeria Data Protection Regulation is one major thing that we have implemented in the country, and that has created over 2,000 jobs between when we issued it in January last year and now. And it is a multi-billion-dollar sector which we have created on its own too. So these are some of the things that I say are major milestones which we have achieved in the department and the agency at large.
He's Africa's Digital Hall of Famer, Africa's only 2-time UNESCO Awards winner, over a decade and a half experience reporting and advocating ICT development in Africa. Bayero Agabi has traversed the world like no other broadcast journalist. Catch up with him on Digivation Network, Africa's leading enterprise and innovation show on television. Don't miss it.
This is Digivation Network.
That is the show for the week. If you have any comment or suggestions, please send them to bayeroagabi@gmail.com or better still, follow the handles on the screen. Until then, I remain yours sincerely, Bayero Agabi. Peace.